Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, let me introduce myself to all of you. My name is Wahyu Kurniawan and I come from class PBI 4. Okay, this is assignment from Mr. Muhammad Hollandia. I wanna read chapter 7 and 8. Okay, first, chapter 7. How to give good speech. Part 1. So you have to give a speech and you are terrified. You get nervous, you forget what you want to say. You stumble over words, you talk too long, and you bore your audience. Later you think, thanks goodness it's over. I'm just no good at public speaking. I hope I never have to do that again. 2. Cheer up. It doesn't have to be that bad. Here are some simple steps to take the pain out of speech making. First of all, it is important to plan. Do your homework, find out everything you can about your subject, and at the same time, find out as much as you can about your audience. Who are they? What do they know about your subject? Do they have a common interest? Where are they coming here to hear your speak? Put yourself in their shoes and prepare your speech. 3. Ask yourself the purpose of your speech. What is the question? Why are you speaking? Are you introducing another speaker, moderating a discussion, giving a lecture, convincing someone? There are many possible speaking roles, and each one has its own special characteristics. Make sure you know into which category you fit. Don't spoil your speech by confusing one speaking role with another. 4. Let us suppose that you have been asked to introduce the main speaker at a conference. First, find out the most important and interesting things about the speaker. Then, summarize that information in a few remarks. It is all right to tell a joke or an anecdote if it is in good taste and will not embarrass the speaker. And most important, be brave. Remember, you are not the main speaker, you are introducing the main speaker. 5. If you are a moderator, you should begin by giving a quick introduction of the people on the panel. After that, you should try to keep the discussion running smoothly, and you should try to focus on the connection between speakers. Keep yourself in the background, don't talk too much, and don't interrupt the panelists. Be tactful and considerate. 6. If you are giving a lecture of explaining an idea, gather as many facts as you can on your subject. Spend plenty of time doing your research, then spend plenty of time organizing your material so that your speech is clear and easy to follow. Use as many examples as possible and use pictures, cards, and graph if they will help you make your point more clearly. Never forget your audience. Don't talk over their heads and don't talk down to them. Treat your audience with respect that will appreciate your thoughtfulness. 7. If you are trying to sell something, you will need to convince your audience. Do you want them to put for candidate A? Are you offering them a new improved toothbrush? This kind of speech is usually dramatic, but here too, you must do your research and know your pitch. 8. When you are making your speech, you try to relax, speak slowly and clearly, and look at the people in your audience. Use simple vocabulary and expressions whenever possible. Pause for a few seconds then to give your audience a chance to think about what you have said. Make sure that everyone in the other room can hear you. If it is a large room or an auditorium, you will probably have to use a microphone. 9. Just remember, be prepared, know your subject, your audience, and the occasion. Be brave, say what you have to say and then stop. And be yourself, let your personality come through so that you make person-to-person contact with your audience. 10. If you follow the simple steps, you'll see that you don't have to be afraid on public speaking. In fact, you may find the experience so enjoyable that you volunteer to make more speech. You are not convinced yet. Give it a try and see what's happen. Okay, the chapter 8. I will read chapter 8. What you don't know about exercise. First, the best way to reduce the midsection is to the abdominal exercise. Fourth, many people believe that when specific muscles are exercised, the fatty tissues in the immediate area are burned up. The truth is that exercise burns fat from all over the body and not from one specific area, regardless of the type of exercise. Of course, if you reduce the fat throughout your body, you will certainly see results around your waistline too. 2. To maintain an adequate level of physical fitness, you need to exercise only twice a week. 4. Studies conducted by NASA, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, show that unexercised muscle lost their strength very quickly. After 48 to 72 hours, you must use the muscle again to re-establish the good physical effect. And what does it mean to you? NASA scientists concluded that while daily exercise is most beneficial, 3 alternating days each week will maintain an adequate level of physical fitness. 3. To lose weight, you should always work up a good sweat when exercising. 4. Sweating only lowers body temperature to prevent overheating. It doesn't help you reduce. You may weight less immediately after a workout, but this is due to water loss. Once you replace the liquid, you replace the weight. 4. You burn more calories jogging 1 mile than walking the same distance. 4. You use the same amount of energy whether you walk or jog the mile. Science. In both cases, you are moving the same weight, the same distance. The span doesn't matter. Of course, if you jog rather than walk for 30 minutes, you'll cover more distance and therefore burn more calories. 5. If your breathing doesn't return to normal within minutes after you finish exercising, you exercise too much. 2. 5 minutes or so after exercising, your breathing should be normal. Your heart shouldn't be pounding and you shouldn't be exhausted. Beneficial exercise is not overly difficult, unpleasant, and exhausting. It is moderate, enjoyable, and refreshing. 6. Walking is one of the best exercise. True, walking helps circulation of blood throughout the body, and thus has a direct effect on your overall feeling of health. 7. Vigorous stretching exercise keep muscle flexible. 4. Stretching exercise, for example, twisting or bending at the waist, touching your toes, should be done slowly, allowing the muscle to relax and let go. Vigorous stretching makes the muscle become tighter. 8. The minimum amount of time you should spend exercising in a day is 20 minutes. 2. There are more than 400 muscles that attach to your skeleton. A good exercise routine should contract and stretch all these muscles. And this simply cannot be done with 4 or 5 exercises in 5 or 10 minutes from experience. I found that about 20 minutes is the minimum amount of time needed for adequate workout. B. How long it takes you to become physically fit depends on how unfit you are when you start. If you are out of condition, you Stanley can shape up in 21 days. However, shaping up doesn't do any good unless you plan to stay in shape, and that means exercising from now on. It takes as much experience to stay in shape as it does to get there. But the work won't seem as hard after a while because your body will be in good condition and all the moves will seem easier. Okay, I think enough from me. If I made a mistake, I apologize to all of you. The last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.